right, so these are guided practice problems, which means you really should try them first on your own before watching the video. However, I don't think you've done one of these before, so if you wanted to watch through this first one on how to set it up, and then try the second one on your own, that may be a good thing to do. So we're going to write a two-column proof to verify the conjecture. So I'm going to start by making myself a two-column proof. So I'm just creating two columns. I'm going to fill in titles on each of those. Hit the right thing there. We've got statements on the left, and we've got reasons on the right. Okay, now to start off your proof, the first thing you're always going to put in there is your given information. So when you've got a conditional statement like this, your given information is everything that they give you up to the comma, along with anything that you can get from looking at a picture directly without having to infer anything. So I'm going to write down angle A is congruent to angle B, and the measure of angle A is 42 degrees. And the reason I'm writing that is because it is given. Okay, from there, I need to make a step. So looking at my previous statement here, the first thing that they tell me is these two angles are congruent. And so I know because of the definition of congruence that means that the measure of the first angle is equal to the measure of the second angle. And so my reason here would be definition of congruence. Now, when I'm handwriting these, I use some abbreviations like this for definition, DEFN. Instead of writing out the word congruence, I can just make a congruent symbol. My next step now would be to take the other bit of given information here, and now I can put that in place of measure of angle A. So I would say 42 degrees is equal to measure of angle B. And the reason I can do that is because I substituted something for measure of angle A that was equivalent to measure of angle A. So this would be substitution property. And then my next step from there, I need it to say measure of angle B is equal to 42 degrees. Right now it says 42 degrees is equal to measure of angle B. So I can flip that around, put measure of angle B is equal to 42 degrees. And the reason I can do that is because of this symmetric property. All right, so if you would like to try the second one on your own now, this would be a good chance to do that. So go ahead and pause the video and try the second one. And I'll just go ahead and continue. So once again, I have to set up my proof. So I'm going to make two columns. I think this one has more steps, so I'm going to make it longer. If you start a table for a two-column proof there and you find out that you need more room, you can always extend it. So on the left, we're going to have statements. On the right, we're going to have the reasons. And the first statement that we always put in there is anything that we can get from the given information. So that's going to be everything in the hypothesis part of the conditional statement. So I can say CD, line segment CD is congruent to line segment EF. And then I can also get information from the picture here. So from my picture, I can say the length of CD is 3y minus 10. And the length of EF is 14. And my reasoning there is that it's given. Okay, now from there, I'm going to look back at this given information here and see what I can grab from it. My first bit of given is that two line segments are congruent. So because of the definition of congruence, I can say that that means that the lengths of each of those are equal. So my reason would be definition of congruence. And again, I'm going to use abbreviations here. Okay, now where I can go from there. In my given information, I have that the length of CD is 3y minus 10, and the length of EF is 14. And the reason I can say that is because of the substitution property. I did want to make a note real quick. Please don't abbreviate the word substitution or subtraction. Those two words just look too close. If you abbreviate them, it's hard to tell what you meant. So substitution and subtraction, you'll have to write those out longhand every time. Okay, we are not to what we were supposed to prove yet, so we have to keep going. So my next step after this would be to work on solving this equation. So my first step in solving that would be to add 10 to both sides. And I can do that because of the addition property. Of equality, of course. Now after that, I can perform that addition. So combining my like terms there, on the left, that'll give me just 3y. On the right, 14 plus 10 is 24. And the reason we can do that is because of substitution. After that, my next step for solving would be to divide both sides by 3. And I can do that because of the, oops, that's supposed to be a 6. Because of the division property. And then lastly, see, I didn't even make it long enough, so I'm just going to extend it. Then I can perform the division on both sides, so I end up with y equals 8, and that would be because of substitution. And y equals 8 is what they asked us to prove. So I have completed the proof showing a logical sequence of steps and reasons for every step that I took.